When we were young in our teens and in our 20s, we thought that we had life all figured out. We looked at people that were in their 40s and their 50s, and we thought they were old or past their prime. It's easy to believe that everything important happens in our lives when we were young. And when I reached my 40s, I figured out just how misguided that thinking and that belief it really was. You know, when you look back on it, you realize that for the first few decades of your life, like you're truly only living in survival mode. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. We spend our teens and our 20s chasing what we think is going to make us happy. You know, the success, the money, the status, the relationships. We work tirelessly, you know, sometimes even recklessly, thinking that we're building the foundation of success or the foundation of a happy life. And you know, maybe we are, but at the time it doesn't always feel like it. By the time we hit our 30s, life has already thrown us, you know, several curveballs. You know, the setbacks, the failures, and by then there's been at least, you know, some heartbreaks. By our 30s, many of us have settled down into our careers, our relationships, maybe even parenthood. But eventually there's a realization that sneaks up on us, and that's that we don't have everything figured out. We don't have anything figured out. You know, by then we've realized that the goals that we thought that would bring us fulfillment, they really don't even matter. The dreams that we had, they no longer resonate with us, and for the first time in our lives, we begin to question our path. By the time we hit our 40s, life changes. Life has tested us in ways that we've never thought imaginable. You know, we've fought to build a career, to maintain relationships, and to carve out some version of success. Hello. And yet we're forced to face a new reality that we never saw coming. For the first time in our life, we are forced to confront our own mortality. The idea that life is finite becomes more real than it ever has. And we begin to actually lose our loved ones, our parents, our co-workers, our families, our siblings. You know, death, it's no longer just some abstract concept. It's something that we actually have to grapple with. We're forced to acknowledge that the days are just ticking by, and that tomorrow is never a promise or a guarantee. You know, we truly understand that one of these days we are going to close our eyes and never open them again. And all of this can lead to what many people call a midlife crisis. But I don't see it as a midlife crisis. I see it as an awakening, because it's an opportunity to break free from those old ways of thinking and living that no longer serve us. It's a time where you're able to shed those masks that we've worn and no longer seek external validation. You know, in the early years of my 40s, life kicked the hell out of me, and I faced some dark mental struggles that shook me to the core. And there was times where I questioned everything, my purpose, my life, my future. You know, it was dark, it was painful, but that darkness, it forced me to confront the truths about my life. And in that truth, I actually found something that's extremely extraordinary. I was able to find that the incredible life that I had built, not the life that others wanted me to live, but the life that I created through tons of hard work and tons of sacrifices. I'd realized that all of those struggles that I had faced, all of the setbacks, they had all turned me into something or somebody who was stronger and wiser and more capable than I ever imagined I could be. You know, your 40s are a turning point. They're a new phase. They're a new phase in your life. A phase where the urgency of youth it begins to fade, and you stop caring what other people think. You start to prioritize what should truly matter, and that, you know, the things like your family, your health, your passions, your inner peace. For many of us, our 40s are when we finally become financially stable. That hustle of our 20s and 30s, we actually begin to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. But I think most importantly, what we find is that success isn't about money and status, but instead that you wake up every single day and you know that you're living your life in alignment with your morals and with your values. we begin to let go of those societal expectations that we've been carrying around and weighing us down our entire lives. We stop chasing trends. We stop trying to fit into a box that was just never built for us. You know, we stop living for others and we simply start living for ourselves. You know, this mindset shift, it's incredibly liberating, and it allows us to focus on what truly matters to us. You know, by the time you hit your 40s, your children, they're going to be grown or growing, and you begin to realize just how precious time actually is. We stop wasting it on people and things that don't bring value to our lives. You know, I don't see a midlife crisis as a crisis at all. I actually see it as a wake-up call. It's an opportunity to reassess and redefine what we actually or what we truly want out of our lives. It's a chance to let go of that excess baggage that we've been carrying around, and an opportunity to step into the next chapter of a renewed life. But on the other side of that darkness was a light. It was a new perspective and a deeper appreciation for life and a better sense of who I am. You know, I believe that your 40s, they're a new time to rediscover joy. You know, think about this. When was the last time that you truly prioritized your happiness or your fulfillment? Not what you thought would make you happy, like a promotion or a new car, but something that truly filled you with joy and fulfillment and filled your soul. I believe that this is the time to truly pursue those passions that you've been putting on the back burner, or you've been putting on hold your entire life. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, building something that's meaningful, or finding a new hobby. I think in your 40s, that's when you actually begin to realize that you are capable and you have the power to create the life of your dreams. I also believe that it's a time to invest in yourself, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Taking care of your body, it becomes more critical, and not just for longevity, but also for quality of life. You know, things like exercise, nutrition, and sleep, they're no longer optional. They are absolutely necessary. And mentally, it's about letting go of those toxic relationships or those limiting beliefs that you've been holding on to, that you've been clinging on to your entire life. I believe that this decade is about embracing change, because change is inevitable. But in your 40s, you realize that change is not something that you need to fear. It's actually something to harness, because change can mean growth, and growth can mean becoming the best version of yourself. I truly believe that life begins in your 40s because you start to actually understand what life is about, and you realize that it's not about accumulating things or stuff. It's not about proving yourself to other people. It's about creating a connection with other people. It's about establishing high quality relationships and being unapologetically you. So if you're starting, or if you're beginning to enter this phase in your life, don't fear it. Embrace it. You know, see it as an opportunity to grow and evolve and create the life that you have always dreamt of. I firmly believe that your best years are not behind you. Your best years have yet to come. Life is short, make it count, and you know, don't wait for the perfect opportunity or for the approval of other people to start. You know, you think about it, you've made it this far, and you have fought, you have struggled, and you have survived. I do believe that life begins at 40, and I also believe that the best years, they have yet to come. So if you've made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comment section and write the word midlife. At some point, we're all going to hit our midlife, all of us. If you're watching this in your 20s, or if you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, it doesn't matter. When you're older, you are going to already have been through this. You already know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't made it to your 40s yet, I'm telling you, hold on for the ride. You are going to see something incredible. As long as you have been a good steward with your life, your time, your money, and you've been a good person. Our midlife is amazing. And I'm here to tell you that when I had my awakening, well, that's why I'm here talking to you right now. That's why it took me over 10 years to start creating this type of content. That's what held me back from speaking my voice and sharing my thoughts. I'm telling you, that awakening, it was powerful. Drudging through it in the beginning, it was not easy, but it was powerful. Our midlife is amazing. We have to set up our midlife. We have to set up our life so that our midlife can be amazing. We have to use our early years. We have to use our youth so that eventually we'll actually be able to make some moves as we get older and begin to slow down, so we're not running on overdrive for our entire lives, because that is not a sustainable way to live. I ask for you guys to leave these one-word comments into the comment section, because they do a couple of things. When we see something over and over and over, it will begin to reprogram our subconscious mind and know and understand and believe what we are capable of. And it's going to reprogram our subconscious mind in a positive light. And then it also helps the channel grow, because it appeases the algorithm. And you know, every time somebody likes and comments and subscribes, then the algorithm recognizes that. So it's going to be more likely to push this content out to others who might find the value in it as well. And if you enjoyed this video, or you found any of my content helpful, I invite you to go check out the Sweat Talk playlist. It'll be on the end screen. There's over 200 videos on there, and you might enjoy it. I want to thank you guys for those super thanks. It truly does mean the world to me. I can't believe your generosity. Every time I get one of those, I'm absolutely floored. It overwhelms me with the generosity that you guys are showing, and the support that all of you guys are showing me in this channel and my family. So I want to thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys are showing up for yourselves, and I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.